Call the December meeting to order. You want to call the roll call?
Tom Duffy,
Here.
Jesse Bencher.
Here.
Brian Bisnet.
Here.
Casey Hudson.
Here.
Okay, and the certification?
The meeting has been noticed to the public and weekly as required by section 19.84 of Wisconsin statute.
Okay, thank you. The meeting agenda has been set. Anybody have any additions or corrections to the agenda? Now it will stand. Any public comments? Anybody here that wants to make any comments that isn't on the agenda? Anybody on?
There's a new one there.
Oh, yeah,
There's a new agenda since we added one.
okay. Okay, put on the comments, it's nobody on. Okay. Okay, so then let's move on to the minutes. You had a chance to review the minutes. Anybody wish to?
Do we want to do the election?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we have a new member appointed yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so,
For County Board.
okay, so how do you want to do the election? You want
So
to-
what we have done in the other two committees is open the nomination for chair, and then the chair is elected, and then we let the chair take over the election for the vice chair.
Okay, and who conducts the election? Correct?
I will start the first part. of the chair.
You're on.
Okay, we'll have an election for the position of chair of the committee. If we have more than one nomination, we'll vote by secret ballot, otherwise it'll be a voice vote. So by open nominations for the position of chair of this committee.
I nominate Tom Duffy.
Do we have any other nominations? Last call for other nominations? All in favor of Tom Duffy for chair, please vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
And you nominate. Yes, we'll have to-
Okay, thank you. So let's move on then to the
No,
minutes.
Vice Chair.
Okay,
Yep, then you run the election.
okay, so, okay, any nominations for the vice chair?
I nominate Jesse Butcher for Vice Chair.
Okay, any other nominations? No, you can, you can. You're fine, okay.
Hold on. I'm thinking, because I have a.
It's just Vice Chair. You're fine.
All right, but I was gonna nominate you.
No, it's not. No give backs. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, any other nominations? If not, let's move to have a unanimous ballot. Cast for Jesse. You're the new vice chair. Yeah,
Good job. Way to go.
Thanks.
your
Way
compensation
to
will stay the
accept
same. Okay, let's go back to the minutes then. Got a chance to review the minutes? Anyone care to move the approval of the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
I'll
Yes.
second it.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 No? All right. Okay, let's move on to the agricultural fair. Anybody here to speak on behalf of the fair? It's anything about the fair?
I know the fair is in good standings. They're working on already next year's fair. I don't have anything from the chair. He's out of town right now, so that's why he's not at the meeting.
Money wise, are they in good shape or are they?
I mean, it seems to be from the reports that I've gotten just on not a professional level, they've said that they're doing better.
Okay.
Just because they've eliminated some of the events that were
Okay.
wasteful spending. So they're trying to be conservative in their efforts and make the fair successful.
Okay, good, thank you.
Mr. Terry, could you refer to the new agenda? Because we missed a spot there.
The previous minutes, so we got 2 minutes then.
I think number 8.
That's correct.
Okay, so we only have one set of minutes to approve, I think.
Did you give them the right agenda?
I should have the same one I got.
See the top grant?
That is on the backside. Yep, right there.
Okay, the transportation alternative, the TAP grant. Okay, Mr. Cummings, is that your baby to town? Okay, you're on.
First of all, thank you for entertaining my presentation here. It's really quick. A TAP grant. Is everyone here familiar with what those are?
Could you state your name, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Joan Cervenka, representing the Township of Hayward. I'm on the Town Planning Committee. Thank you. Thank you for entertaining my discussion here. Really simply, the Transportation Alternatives Program is funding that has come to our county in various times through various years to help with the development of the pedestrian bicycle trailways that we have circling the city of Hayward. The town of Hayward has presented several attempts at completing the circle of the bicycle pedestrian trail around Hayward several times. And on January 22nd, the township of Hayward is planning on going for one more time, but we're going to do a different route. The intents and purposes of why I'm even here today is, number one, to let the county know what's going on. It's kind of polite to let the county know of major activities that might be in the area. The funding would be a TAP grant, which is a matched grant, 75-25% would be the township. We're not asking the county for any funds. I should have started off with that. We're just asking as part of our application so that you all know about it, and potentially a letter of support from the county about this project. The route is up on the handout there. We've been trying to cross the bridge at the bowling alley on Highway 77 multiple times. It would basically be a $1 million bridge to get across there. There's some standards of these bicycle trails that are pretty specific, and the federal standards for a bicycle trail would not fit in that location. So we're going to go in a different route to make the connectivity circle. If you snowmobile or cross the Namakagon River down by the Riverside Hotel, you can see what a huge bridge it would be. That's the standard that would be necessary. So we're skipping going across by the railroad, by the Riverside Bowling Alley. So once again, the Township of Hayward is going to be working in a proposal, as I said in my note, that's showing on the screen, and thank you for putting my quick summary up there. The application is due January 22nd. We don't need a letter of support at this time. We will be asking, I am asking for a letter of support from the county if they would support the township in the township doing this project. That's a quick summary. You guys are busy. That's all I wanted to say. Any questions for us?
Who's on your committee?
I'm sorry?
Who's on your committee?
What committee?
Or this committee is applying for that. You're in.
I'm the author.
Okay.
I'm the author. The Township of Hayward will be completing and signing off on the application.
Okay. Okay.
And only a slight modification of the route. After talking to Heather Sheehan over at the hospital, we may include a little bit of an extension from the intersection of Nyman and Hospital Road north up 77 to go to that south entrance by the hospital. That would be the only modification. We're not sure if that's going to happen yet, but that would be the only modification. Basically, we would go from Nyman and Hospital, down Hospital, hopefully on the north side of the Hospital Road because of the high amount of traffic. It's not a really good idea. It's currently a ATV trail. It's currently a major cut through for lots of people. We currently get lots of complaints about speeding vehicles on that road. So we would cross 63 on Hospital, continue on Hospital, get over to Airport on Hospital Road on the other side of 63, go down Airport Road, and then up here, then go on the north side of 77 to get over to Wheeler. This, if you're familiar with the area, I'm getting into the weeds with too much details here, but it involves probably three boardwalks across some wetland area, so it'll be a pricey construction.
So this is basically bicycling and walking.
The TAP grant is basically for bicycle pedestrians and a bicycle grant. That's basically what that is.
Okay.
I've talked with Chris Treeland, because one of the concerns that we have with the Township of Hayward is to not develop something that excludes an existing motorized trail. We don't want that to happen. So I've talked to Chris Treeland from the
whatever group you guys have over there.
So you already stole the AT
Thank you.
Alliance.
And, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, I would like a letter of support that, you support the town's activities at some point in time.
So you want it from economic development or public safety? You have it up there for this public safety committee.
I didn't know who to talk to.
Okay.
From the county board, yeah, I don't exactly understand structure sometimes. So from the county board, or from you all to the county board, or maybe even from Tom Tiffany would be even great. I could get something from him, but I don't know. We had one from Sean Duffy the last time we did this, but it didn't help anyway, because it was such an expensive crossing on Highway 77.
You'd have to contact his office.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a note of that.
Okay, thanks, Joan, for coming in. Anybody have any questions?
Brian, isn't that?
I do.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, so my question is relative to the trail now. It's going to extend south on Wheeler Road to Chippewa Trail. What side of Chippewa Trail is it coming out on?
Hopefully, it would be on the north side. From Airport Road to Wheeler,
Yeah.
hopefully on the north side there.
Do you know, is there any plans for, because I know the tribe was looking at, but we don't own a small section, but from the casino where the bike path comes out, we were looking at hitting Chippewa Trail. Do you ever foresee that happening?
Brian, currently the existing trail crosses at the light there, and then parallels the north side of B,
Uh-huh.
and then it goes over to Stress Road, and then from Stress Road, then it catches to Chippewa Trail, and that is a designated trail right now. That's the trail that, yeah.
Oh, so, well, it's just a designated trail. It actually isn't a real bike path, though.
It's 5 feet wide, blacktop. It's a wonderful trail right along B.
Is it?
Yeah, I rode it a couple times last summer. When the trail was being initially developed several years ago, all the people that were doing it were trying to find a way to have an off Chippewa trail developed. But the topography and the hills and the slopes, and it was just impossible to get it through that area, even going through county property. So the Chippewa Trail is a dual ATV and bicycle route.
Yeah.
Currently, and that's the route we're trying to connect up to that road, to connect over to the casino, to connect over to the schools, to the LCO schools.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your good question.
Okay, any other questions? Not Joan, thanks for coming in. Keep us informed. Yeah, good job. Okay, let's move on then to the extension. Maureen, you're on.
Yeah, good morning. So I thank you, Lynn, for getting our information into your packet a little late. The way our system is, it's hard to pull data at certain times in order to get it for a report, but we were able to pull some things for you, and I don't know if you've had any chance to read any of that yet, so I'll just give you a couple highlights of, you can see the headline, new programming coming soon for FoodWise. Bridget and Kim have been working on that to get a couple new opportunities, especially for seniors coming into Sawyer County. So some new programming coming your way. Highlights there too, just of the work that Kim and Bridget have been doing. Kevin certainly has a lot of information to share with you about what's happening at the Spooner Ag Center and the education that he does and partnerships with tribes and Wisconsin Public Radio and all the kinds of things that you can catch up with Kevin and what he's doing. There's also a section from Mariga and just a little blurb about the farmers market and the grant writing class that she's been working on. She's also been looking at working with the Native American Task Force to develop some new curriculum entitled Tribes Lead. And so we're pretty excited about that as well. And then the last page is really other ways that Extension is serving Washburn County. And so you can take a peek through there. It's stuff that happens from other local educators as well as state educators who are serving Sawyer County through Extension. So it's a good read, I hope. If you need some things to keep you awake at night, feel free to take a peek at that a little bit more closely. I also just wanted to update you on the Positive Youth Development Educator. You may remember we posted that last month. The deadline to apply was yesterday, but we extended it a week because we had 2 applicants, and unfortunately, neither one of the applicants met the required qualifications in order for us to move forward with interviewing. So we're extending it a week to see if there are other applicants that come forth, and if not, we'll look at the position description again and just see if there are other things that we can change from required to preferred qualifications in order to open up that pool a little bit. But it's not, as I've checked in with a couple of other area directors across the state, it's pretty typical right now, not probably just for Extension, but for lots of people, of trying to get qualified applicants to apply. So we'll see. I was hoping to at least have first round interviews done before the first of the year, but I'm not sure that's going to happen at this point. So I'll keep you posted on what we can do with that. And answer any questions you may have. And I do have a couple of printed copies if you would prefer a printed copy of the report I have exported to.
Okay, any questions, Brian? No? You have a handout then, Brian?
If you want it, it's in the packet too, but if you would prefer a printed copy,
Yeah.
I'll have some.
Okay. No other questions? Thanks, Lori, for coming.
You bet.
Let's go on to Hayward Lakes. Sherry.
Okay, I brought our new vacation guide that just got delivered last week. I can pass that around. It's our biggest fulfillment piece. We do 80,000 of those. Last year we did 70, we ran out, so it's a hot commodity. Seems crazy talking about fall, but we did have a very successful fall, 12% increase on our page views for the fall color report compared to a year ago. So people are still checking out our area for leaf color and things. Mindy and I were just at Destinations Wisconsin, and a lot of great things happened. We won the Trailblazer Award for Outstanding Marketing Campaign for our sledding in Sawyer County. Very proud of that. You know, we're up against all the DMOs in the state, so very, very proud. That's the 3rd award we've gotten from them since Hayward Lakes formed, which was in 2003, 2002 or something like that. We also received a 2nd year grant for that promotion, which is going to be around $11,000. The Travel Wisconsin has started, they have a new website. So right now it's kind of tricky because we do all the data entry for that. So it's a huge undertaking, but it's slowly getting done because we do all of Sawyer County. We also are going to receive an award for $89,833.58 that the governor, I had to put together a whole huge campaign, and then I submitted that in September, and we're going to go with the silent sports since we've been so successful with snowmobiling. We're going to go with silent sports for this big grant. We're also including our redesign for our website, and we'll have some influencers come to town, and it's pretty exciting. It's a huge amount of money, and very excited on all the things we get to do. Vacation guides are here. We are also in the process of redesigning our website. Like I said, the state launched theirs kind of at the same time here, so we're doing a lot of data entry. We've got some community adventures that'll be coming in January. We've already got those set up to do some different winter sports. It's a lot of fun with social media. We've got another contest starting on December 27th. We had Bo Peterson do all those videos for our members over this last year, and then he's going to put a nice recap video together that we'll be able to launch out and kind of recap the year. Outside Magazine, with all the contacts I have with travel writers and things, they did a really nice article on us, and we were included in the 25 best winter trips in the world. Can you believe that? And anyway, so we boosted that, we boosted their magazine article, and we reached over 55,000 people just by boosting that. And then we're also new this year is the Travel Wisconsin now has Instagram as social media. We've only been able to advertise with Facebook. I don't know if everyone's familiar with that, but now they've opened it to Instagram, which is the largest growing social media platform right now. So we're very excited about that. Sports shows are all lined up, and I've got volunteers for every one of them, which was kind of tough, but we got it done. And then we also, with ITBEC, which is it's the Sawyer County, or it's the State Counties Association. It has these corridors, which we're the Northwest Corridor. So there's 13 counties, and we work together, and we have a beautiful snowmobile ATV map that gets you from each county in the 13 of our corridor. So we do that every other year. So we just got that finished. And then this is just some of the free PR we got. Any questions?
How many sports shows will you go to?
13.
And the reservations for the winter look good?
From what we haven't, reservations are tricky because Snowmobile Trails and stuff don't open until the end of December. So I don't really know. I haven't talked to anybody because most of my members are closed the month of November. So they're all just getting back to opening up here right before Christmas.
How about the Main Street contest? Are you involved in that?
No,
It's a chamber.
the Chamber of Commerce, yep.
Any other questions?
Yeah, a couple of questions, Sherry. That Outside Magazine, that's a huge publication, isn't it? I mean, like,
International.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge news. You don't have a copy of that, do you?
I do. I can email it to you.
Or
It's on Facebook.
it's on Facebook.
Or-
Do you guys have an Instagram account?
Yes.
Is it on there?
We did not put it on Instagram because
The fastest growing social media platform.
yeah, but they won't let you do articles like that. Instagram is pictures,
Yeah,
and
you can put a link in your bio.
we can do a link in our bio.
And then
And we may have. Mindy does all our social media.
anyway, that's great news. I hadn't heard that. And then my other question, so about the ITBEC, and maybe Don can answer this, but so do you guys actually pay for and print those maps yourself?
Yes.
So Don, does Nortec have any? I know there's 13
Nortec
counties in-
supplies the information for that for us,
So they supply the information, but they don't do anything with the actual helping of the funding or paying or anything?
not the funding of it.
Okay.
No, but they do, and we work with what's his name? Clem
Okay.
to get all the trails
Accurate.
accurate, yeah.
Okay, great, thanks.
Yeah, just a heads up, I don't know, did you see my email from?
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
Just a heads up on this week on the Finance Committee agenda, you'll see an agenda item for the ARPA funding for the Visitors Bureau. And what we do every time we use that ARPA funding, we have the applicant fill out the form, and then we review that as the purpose meets the eligibility requirements of ARPA. And then there's a resolution on top of that that we'd like to have considered by the board. It is funded in the budget, that's all good. But this just provides us documentation if we ever get audited for the ARPA that we've got everything with a resolution on top of it. So just be aware that that's going through and you'll see it at the county board then.
So what's the resolution?
It's a resolution authorizing the use of ARPA funds.
Oh, okay.
So if you have questions on what you want to fill out, just contact
Okay,
me.
yeah, I didn't open the actual, I
Yeah.
didn't look at it till last night, so.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Any other questions? Brian, any questions?
I just had a question. Okay, so basically that's just a spending resolution, right, Tom?
Yeah, it's basically for the documentation that the use of those funds are qualified and eligible under that program.
Yeah.
So we've already got the spending authority, basically by passing the budget, but, you know, that's a big budget. And if we add documentation, it's a little hard to dig out of there. So this just puts everything in a nice format that we can keep all of it together, those uses of ARPA funds.
You get some approval of that, Tom, before you issue the check or what? So who approves this?
Yes, the board will approve
Okay,
the resolution and then we'll disperse the funds. Yeah.
okay.
Just like we did with the sheriff's department and the
Broadband.
broadband, yeah.
Yeah.
Same process.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks, Sherry. Let's go on then to Northwest Regional, no, I get regional planning.
Jen Pearson,
I'm
I
sorry.
saw was on virtual.
Hi, good morning, everyone. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good.
Fantastic. I'm partially on here for Northwest Regional Planning, but I'm also the chair for the Heart of the North Days legislative group that started as a project from the Rice Lake Chamber of Commerce, and it's spread into a 4-county-wide initiative as a spinoff of Superior Days. I know Lynn had sent out an email. Thank you, Lynn, for forwarding that to everyone, or kind of mid-November, about our efforts. We're going on our 10th year this year, and we take issues. Well, we're an advocacy group that tries to educate the Wisconsin legislature and bureaucracies and agencies. And I know that's a tall order in itself, that we do exist north of the Wisconsin Dells, and that we have issues that are unique to our area. You know, we're not Madison, we're not Milwaukee, as you all know. Very rural areas that have a lot of contribution to the state, and we just try to bring our issues to them once a year. As I said, we're going on our 10th year, and we represent the counties of Barron, Sawyer, Rusk, and Washburn. We talk about issues such as economic development, education, both post-secondary and public school education, tourism, transportation, natural resources, and I feel like there's one other one that's just slipping my mind at the moment, but we usually bring down 6 different topics. We split up into groups and go meet with legislators and agencies. Chris Ruckdaschel from the Hayward Chamber is involved with the tourism. Mike Gardner, who I don't know is Mike at the meeting today, he probably is. He actually has helped spearheading the natural resources portion of our effort. And so we always have a really good group of about 40 to 50 people, including students from our high schools in the area, who go down and just advocate and educate on behalf of our area's issues. We're always looking for more adult members to join us as part of the delegation, and we certainly would love to have some LCO representation as well. Some people from the LCO tribal nation join us too, just to help out. So if you're interested, if you have a passion for the area and want to help make our voice heard, we're a nonpartisan group who always go down with one unified message of one of the 6 topic areas, and we just really try to make an impression. So we're really excited. This is the first year I've been chair of the committee. I've been a part of the committee for 5 or 6 years now. And as I said, we're going on our 10th year. So if anyone's interested in learning more, please feel free to reach out to me by email or phone at Regional Planning, and we can talk about what topic cluster would be the best fit for you, and then I can connect you with the chair.
Okay, good. Anybody have any questions? Brian, how about you? Okay,
No, I just don't know how to, well, I don't know. I mean, if he's looking for LCO representation, I can talk to Tweed about that, or somebody
Okay.
on the governing board, maybe they can appoint somebody, so.
Yeah, no, that's great. Actually, I can send Tweet an email too, because he's a representative to our executive committee at Regional Planning. Thank you for that. I didn't even make that connection. I appreciate that.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's a good committee. You know, we're not as big as Superior Days, but we're certainly growing in representation and size. And when we go to Madison, they recognize that who we are, and they know that we're part of the Heart of the North and what that means. And it's just a really good group. February 3rd is when we plan on going down to Madison. We're hoping for in-person meetings. If not, we have Zoom capability to set up with legislators and agencies on February 3rd as well. So yeah, if you're interested, let me know and I will contact Tweed. Thank you for that.
Okay, thanks, Ken. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, thanks, Ken. Let's
Yep,
move on.
thank you all.
Let's move on then to economic development. We have Mike on the line. Yeah, Mike, you're on.
Yes, good morning. Sorry I'm unable to meet with you in person this morning, but I'm hoping you're able to hear me.
You can.
Great. Well, as you can see from the submitted report, we had a lot of public activity engagement over the last month. And I guess, first of all, I'd like to thank the committee's support through an arduous budgeting process. And we, much like our public engagement, we have been listening. We understand the challenges, both that the public sector faces financially and that our private sector does. We really had input from state agencies that were in town last month. And later this week, our board will be meeting to discuss some strategic action goals for coming up for the next year and for our budget and fundraising moving forward. A couple things that have just come. We were watching, I know it's in the report, but this diverse business assistance grant program that the Department of Administration in Wisconsin has just launched. It just came out last week, the details. So we're examining that for any utility that we can bring to accentuate business assistance both throughout the county and the reservation. Also, we've got new input on the potentials for the incubator market study that we've got scoped out and would like to move forward to get data to see what the best course of action is to make that happen. As Ken mentioned, I am involved in the Heart of the North, in specific to I've been participating in economic development, which it seems like workforce housing is going to be a centralized theme in that, and I'll be connecting the participants in that with the Sawyer County Housing Authority. But if there's any input members have on natural resources, I'd be glad to put that in the mix. We haven't settled on our top priority. There's numerous ones in play, but appreciate any input from the committee throughout that. That's all I have to report today. Thank you for your time.
Good, thanks, Mike. Do you have any questions? Brian, any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Let's move on now to Mr. Morotek.
Good morning.
Mike,
Regards to motorized trails here, past I keep talking about the growth of the ATVs. Well, that has slowed down here now in the last month. So we don't see too much ATV traffic with the cold weather here. And everybody's asking about our snowmobile trails. What we're looking at with snowmobile trails, we actually have 7 factions of things with our snowmobile trails that are open or not open for riding. The county does not have a set date for opening and closing the trails. So actually, if somebody wanted to go out and ride right now on the county trails, they can. The Tuscobia Trail does not have a set date, so that's open right now. LCO does not have a set date. The Schwamigan National Forest, they notify us when to open up, when there's enough snow out there. And they're looking at the 3 counties, Bayfield, Ashland, and Sawyer, all working together on opening up as one unit for Schwamigan National Forest trails. The Flambeau State trails, they also notify us when to open up, when they have enough snow on the Flambeau. And then we have private property landowners, and that can be all over the board on when they open up their land. And then we have 20 lakes. And of course, that's depending on when they freeze up and that for opening up that. And of course, that encompasses a lot of the private landowners that are on both sides of the lakes too. So We don't have an actual set date for all of our trails in the county being open up. It varies. There, and like last year, we had real good snow conditions in the northern part of the county. The southern was real poor, so it was slower for some of them opening up down in the southern part of the county for trails. Along with that, January, the first weekend in January, Sawyer County will be hosting the AWSC. That's the Association of Wisconsin Snowmobile Clubs. Be hosting them at Flat Creek. Be for the whole weekend there. This is leadership, and all the snowmobile clubs from every county will have leadership there. Now, whether they all attend, may be one thing, but a lot of the snowmobile leadership will be at that meeting here in January. So hopefully we have good snow conditions for them to go riding. We will be scheduling trail rides for them on Saturday and going from there. Everybody talks about this nice snow we have out here. Unfortunately, with the snow, what it does is it insulates the lakes and some of the swamplands, and we need those frozen down for our trails to all be in good shape. We're real dependent in Sawyer County on a lot of our lakes, so it looks good for snowmobiling, but it hinders us too a little bit.
Yeah, right. Good. Anybody have any questions?
I have, do you have the date for that meeting in January at Flat Creek?
Is that 5th through the 7th, I believe, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And then what's the actual procedure for like the Schwamgen opening up their trails? You said they'll notify you. So they notify who exactly? Who notifies who?
We will, there's 3 of us that represent our different counties and that, we will give them recommendations if we feel that we're open, if Sawyer County's open. I'm the representation for Sawyer County, and then they will notify Ashley at Hayward Power Sports, and she puts it on the Facebook page, and then from the Facebook page, it goes to the VCB, and then it goes out on that information. Yeah, so our Facebook works real strongly with the VCB on getting the information all out, because they update the Travel Wisconsin every week.
Would that be a staff member from Rhinelander, from the Forest Service? Tells you, or the local reps?
Local reps.
So Ashley though could be a single point of failure, like if she's on vacation, like I'm just wondering if there's, it sounds like you have a system, but.
Yes, she collects the data, it comes over her cell phone, which I don't do, so if they notify her, she checks on that on a regular basis, especially this time of year when snow conditions vary.
All right, thanks.
Okay, I passed you out a note from Ben Pop, system update. 10,000 racers now have registered. They estimate they'll have 13,000. Last weekend for Thanksgiving, they had a ski camp at Telemark, had 1,500 registrants for that, and most of those stayed in the Hayward area. And let's see, they're beginning to work on the natural snow starting today, rolling the snow. So it's a nice dump for early snowfall. So everything looks good in the rookie level. Okay.
I have a question on that.
Yeah, sure.
Number 4, it says the solar panels at Double O are now fully operational.
Yeah.
So does that mean that there's excess energy that they're selling back to the grid?
There is.
So what
They'll make
happens?
more of that in the summer, and then they'll take it
Of
back in
course,
the
yeah.
winter.
So I guess I'm not clear on what happens to that money. Is that just pure profit then from, or for the Berkey Foundation, or what?
They won't make any money because they use more power than they'll generate.
But in the summer, they're making more than they're
Yeah.
using, so then they sell that back
They
to grid
don't-
at a
Well,
reduced
they don't
cost.
sell it for money. They have credit for it, and they draw it back in the winter. There's no
Okay.
money exchange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good, thanks.
Okay. Anything we want to talk about for future agenda items? Any correspondence, Tom? You got anything you want to report on?
No, I don't.
And going back to the old items down on that Snowmobile Trail up to Cable, we still have that problem with.
Yes.
And where do snowmobiles go? How do you get the Cable from Hayward?
They're rerouted down Bodecker Road and Bodecker Road over to Fire Tower Road and up. So that was a railroad grade trail. And what it is now is they have to use more road routes for the snowmobile. So,
That's working out okay.
okay, it's not ideal, fortunately, township's been working with us on not plowing it right down to the gravel.
Yeah.
They're leaving some on there, but
Tom, we haven't heard back from anybody along the trail.
Haven't for a long time, no.
Okay, anybody else have any questions? Okay, if not, thanks for coming. We'll see you all next month.
in January, but I don't.